You are a cat. You are sitting in a room and you are never allowed to leave it again. The room is furnished in a pretty exciting way and you lack nothing there. At first, everything is still new. Every corner offers something different. There is entertainment, food, and drink provided. You run around, explore, climb, and sniff. But after a few days, you've slowly seen everything. You know every smell, every surface, every corner, every hiding place. And then it gets quiet. Not just for a few minutes, but for hours, days, years. You sit by the window. Outside, life rushes past you. Birds, cats, squirrels, leaves in the wind. But you are not a part of it. The door stays closed. Your world ends at the walls of this room. You wait for something exciting to happen inside too, but that rarely happens anymore. This is the everyday life of millions of house cats. Many of them break under it. Not loudly, not with a big drama, but very quietly, almost invisibly over a long period of time. At first, everything seems as if it were perfect. After adoption, your house cat is full of energy. He explores every drawer, races down the hallway, jumps onto the scratching post, and enthusiastically chases the feather toy. Everything is exciting for both you and him. You might buy a big, stylish scratching post, several toys, and a cozy basket. The first weeks are filled with little adventures around the apartment. You make plenty of time every day to play with your cat. Whether it's the feather toy, little balls, or tossing treats, you join in with so much joy. In the evening, your kitty sleeps contentedly next to you on the couch, purring, and you think, my cat really has it good. But this first phase doesn't last forever. Eventually, the scratching post just becomes normal. It's in exactly the same spot as on the first day. The toy mouse that used to be so loved now lies in a corner, ignored. And the daily routine, which was new at first, becomes a fixed pattern, always the same day after day. In the morning, you leave the house, maybe say a quick goodbye, then the door closes behind you. Your cat stays behind with no company, no new impressions, no variety. She has no fellow cat to communicate or cuddle with, no new territory to explore. Only the same rooms where every scent, every piece of furniture, and every sound is already familiar. Maybe she sits at the window for hours, watching the world outside. Maybe she sleeps for most of the day, not because she's tired, but simply because she has nothing else to do. For you, it's 8, 9, or 10 hours at work that often fly by. For her, it's an endless stretch of time filled with silence. And this silence is starting to leave its mark. Not on her fur, not on her body, but deep inside her. Because cats are not made to sit and wait motionless for hours. They are hunters, and their entire body, their whole being, is programmed for movement, observation, and quick reactions. In the wild, they are on the move for hours. They roam their territory, climb, sneak, and lie in wait. Every movement in the bushes, every rustle in the grass is a signal for them to be instantly alert. Every little hunting success rewards them with a rush of happiness hormones. This constant interplay of tension and success keeps their senses sharp and their minds active. In an apartment, on the other hand, often nothing at all happens all day long. Maybe there's a short play session in the evening if you're not too tired. A few moves with the feather wand, a few tosses with the toy mouse. Then you sit back down on the couch and the day is over. Imagine you were a top athlete who, from one day to the next, was forced to spend the rest of your life sitting in a chair. Your body would deteriorate, your mind would become sluggish, and eventually you'd stop looking forward to the next day. That's exactly what happens to a cat that is permanently understimulated. And as if that weren't enough, there's another often overlooked factor. One that, for many cats, is even worse than boredom. Many people still believe that cats are loners and that keeping a single cat is not only possible but even sensible. This myth persists stubbornly because, unlike dogs, cats don't hunt in packs. But that doesn't mean they like living completely alone. In the wild, cats form loose social groups. They sleep in groups, groom each other, and communicate with subtle glances and body language. They share their world with others who understand exactly how they think and feel. A house cat without fellow cats lives in a social void. Yes, you're there for her in the evenings. You pet her, you talk to her, but to her, you're not a cat. You smell different, you move differently, and you often don't understand her subtle signals. This loneliness is hard to recognize because cats don't show it openly. Instead of complaining, they withdraw. They sleep more, play less, and respond less often. and often you think that's just their personality. The truly tragic part, the decline happens gradually. There is no dramatic moment when everything suddenly changes. Instead, the spark of life in your cat slowly fades away, day by day. Maybe she used to be curious, investigating every sound. Now she just briefly turns her head and then goes back to sleep. You don't realize that she has already given up inside, that she no longer expects anything new. You might think she has simply grown up or just needs more rest. In reality, she has learned that nothing is likely to happen in her life today that would be worth getting excited about. This doesn't happen because you don't love your cat. It happens because we humans often underestimate what a species-appropriate life means for cats. Food, water, and a roof over their heads are essential for survival, but that's just the foundation. Life means more than that. It means hunting, movement, social bonds, mental challenges, and new experiences. Without these things, their inner world withers. And the dangerous thing is, cats are masters at hiding their suffering. They rarely show openly when they're not doing well. The good news is that you can do something about it, and you can start right away. You can make their world bigger, more exciting, and more varied. It doesn't have to be expensive. A secured balcony where she can feel the fresh air and sunshine can already make a huge difference. Shelves or climbing boards on the wall open up completely new perspectives for her. You can make their environment dynamic, regularly swap out toys, hide treats, bring new scents from nature into the house, for example, with a branch with leaves, a tuft of grass, or an interestingly scented flower. And above all, schedule regular hunting times, real intense play sessions that challenge her physically and mentally. And if possible, please give her a companion. A second cat can provide exactly the kind of closeness, communication, and understanding that we humans can never fully replace. Many cats actually experience a sort of second spring when they get a four-legged playmate. With two, there is automatically more energy, a bit of unpredictability, and surprise in everyday life. Exactly what is missing when you spend the whole day alone in an apartment or house. But you yourself also have a big influence. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about paying close attention and recognizing what your cat truly needs. Because that's how you can prevent her from slowly breaking down inside. Maybe your cat is sitting by the window right now while you're watching this video. Maybe she's sleeping on the couch, seemingly peaceful. Ask yourself, is she sleeping because she's tired from her adventures during the day? Or has she just become lethargic because nothing ever happens anyway? If you act now, you can enrich her life with years full of curiosity, joy, and activity. You can bring the spark back to her eyes. You can make sure that every new day is a little adventure for her. And you probably don't even need instructions for this because deep down you know what your cat loves. You've long had a sense of how you could enrich her daily life. Maybe you've just always thought, oh, she's actually doing fine. She doesn't look unhappy. Now you know better. But before you get started, there's one more thing you should know, which is closely related to what you just heard. Namely, the question of why cats groom themselves so much so often. Click on the image shown to watch our video on this topic.